Hello. Welcome to the second day of the Frequency Bones Summer Music Connection. Today's topic is a very interesting one. It's on rhythm, pitch, and timbre. Now, those three ingredients are vital for our music making, obviously, because you can't really have music here in this physical universe without those. So because of that, I've referred to rhythm, pitch, and timbre as the body of music's physical appearance here. Each one of them has its own unique character, but as we're going to see, they're totally all one thing. So, let's start with some rhythm, okay? Most people like fruits, so let's start with some fruit. Fruit and rhythm? Sure. Think of the word pear. Pear, 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 pear. Now apple. Apple, 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 apple. Strawberry. Strawberry, 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 strawberry. Huckleberry. Huckleberry, 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 huckleberry. Now for 5, I kind of cheated and put mango yogurt shake. Mango yogurt shake, mango yogurt shake, mango yogurt shake, mango yogurt shake. That isn't very easy. It's kind of a tongue twister. But if we take a beat, okay, and we take that, we're going to go da, 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 da. It's very, very interesting, isn't it, to see how 1 relates to 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and especially to fit it in the side of this thing called the beat. So when looking at rhythm, we can see that everything in its core has a rhythmic component, because rhythm itself is based in multiplicity. Could you hear a lot of rhythm in that? Mostly people would say no. You'd have to have 2 of them. And now you hear what's called a tempo. So it takes 2 to create a tempo, which is very fascinating. And so what I would like you to do on your own time is to get a particular beat pattern going and just get into, for example, quarter notes. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, for a while. And then naturally move into the 8th note feeling of that. Dun, 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 dun. And feel in yourself the difference of doing that. Dun, 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 dun. Go into triplets, then 4. Da 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 da. Then mango yogurt shake, or 5. Da 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 da. Mango yogurt shake, mango yogurt shake. And you'll find, if you really get into those, they will have a distinct feeling and impression in you. Imagine being in a room for 10 minutes listening to the mango yogurt shake or the quintuplets, as opposed to triplets. And that is an interesting experiment to do, to get onto the nature of those different rhythms. And there's all sorts of different kinds of rhythms. But you know what? What about timbre? What about timbre? Because if we were going to go da, 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 that'd be very different if we went oh, 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 oh. There's something different in its impact. In its impact. So if you're going A, E, 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 I, O, U, you will see that the rhythm might stay the same, but the feeling will not. And this is where I think it gets very interesting, because certain rhythms are easier to produce if there's a timbre that matches it. For example, can you imagine going in O's? I guess you could. It's a very different effect. It's almost the O might seem a little bit cumbersome. So, rhythm, timbre, what about this thing called pitch? Now people think, oh, pitch, that's really pitch. Without pitch you can't have music. Well, that's interesting. Let's try just a pitch. That's a G, but I'm sure you already knew that. Now if I say A, is that music? Does it have rhythm? Well, yes, it does, to a degree, because it had a beginning, a middle, and an end. So it didn't go into a repetition, but in order for that note to exist, it has to have vibration, right? And if it has vibration, it has rhythm. If I pound on my desk, and I go faster and faster, like a snare drum starts and then they go into a roll, it turns into a single sound. So this is how they're all related. And I'll tell you, let's take a simple little melody like row, row, row your boat, and try it just with the different vowels. Because vowels is what gets us into the nature of sound, at least at the level of timbre. You know what? I don't know. I say that and I think, wait, if I go... There's timbre. It just didn't have a really audible vowel. But looking into vowels as an instrumentalist and or a singer, for example, that gets very, very interesting, because we know it affects our range. Singing a real high note with a real huge O is much different than singing it with an E. And naturally, instrumentalists and vocalists will make these adjustments. So in any one particular pitch or sound or timbre, it's a whole cocktail of all the various vowels. A. Can you hear a subtle E in that? There's overtones, aren't there? And in those overtones is a whole list of ingredients of things, and some of those things are the different vowels. You think of a balanced sound. It has a O, which can enhance the fullness. It might have an oo, which kind of adds a rich hum to it. It has an A for the center and an E for a high overtone. All for example. You'll take any sound, and any player will gravitate to one of those or the other. And you can find out for yourself, which one do you gravitate to? Work with those individual vowels. Pretend you're, sitting inside of that O like it was a giant bubble. Get into the nature of these things. And it takes a little bit of time, but I'll tell you, if you take a couple of minutes and just get into the sound of A, saying it over and over again, or E or O or I or U, you will start to tap in to the various nuances and spectrum that's even in that one vowel. And the same thing for any rhythm. And within that, you'll find pitch. Row, row, row your boat. A, 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 A. I. O, 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 O. E, 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 E. It's different with the different vowels. And it actually changes the difference a bit of what the subtler rhythmic impact is. A little bit on rhythm, pitch, and timbre.